Okay, fifth grade, at this point you have finished all three of your memorable journey, cause, event, effect. So if you notice, my pieces, this one is clean on the back, nothing's hanging off, and at this point this is what you need to do next. So how I like to do this is I actually like to flip it upside down, and this way I can actually see where everything is instead of just guessing. Then I'm going to go across, and I'm going to kind of angle my hand so I'm underneath the paper, so I get a nice clean cut. And I'll do this all around. Make sure that these little pieces get in the trash. This is how the room gets super dirty. Try not to cut your back paper. So yeah, you're going to do that all the way around all of your pieces. I'm going to keep going. So, yes. Okay, so after you have all of that done, you're going to take a piece of the background paper. It literally could be any color, it really doesn't matter. And you're going to fold it in half. And this is a hot dog fold. Okay, so I'm going to move these out of the way so they're less distracting. So, hot dog fold, line it up as best you can. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. Open it up and cut off the fold. Alright, from here, you're going to fold each one in half again. Fold in half again, fold in half again. Again, as best you can, it doesn't have to be perfect. Take this one, folding it, crease. Alright, then open these back up. I actually like to just open it up to like a right angle. And then I'm going to get the first one and the second one, so cause an event. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to put a good amount of glue, making sure if there's any little pieces, I just pick it off, put it in the trash. And we put a good amount of glue in here, because this is actually what's going to bind our pieces together and make it a full triptych. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the first one in. And I'm going to line it up as best I can. And if it's a little bit longer than your piece, it's actually okay, because again, you can just trim it off. And then I'm going to put this one in also. And then I'm actually going to fold it and push it. Make sure it's really nicely on there. And the reason why I folded it is because you want this to actually be able to close later on. See how sometimes there's a gap? So I'm going to pick it up and kind of push it in together. Try to keep from doing that. But yeah, so you want it to be able to fold. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the next one. Put glue. If these glues are starting to get really empty, lay it on its side so that the glue's ready to go for you when you're ready for it, instead of actually fully waiting on it. Alright, so I'm gonna put it in there, line it up on that bottom edge. Again, if it's too long, it's fine. Then I'm gonna put it in here, and then on top, I'm gonna fold it in. Smush, sure it's nicely glued down, and then always leave it open at the very end. If you don't like that, you want to scoot it in a little bit closer, still leave at least a tiny bit of a gap, otherwise they won't be able to close. Okay, so that's our triptych. When this goes on the drying rack, it has to go open, like this. This is open. You cannot put it on the drying rack closed, like this. Otherwise, they'll get stuck together, and your project will probably rip on both sides. Like, it'll rip on here when you open it, because it'll be stuck there, and over here. So, please, please, please make sure. Also, since this is so much glue that you're putting on there, at the very end, before you put it on the drying rack, especially if it's really close to the end of the class, when you glue on the back, make sure you push them back together as you put them on the drying rack. Please make sure that the first page has your project tag, and that it has your name as well. Name, code, all that good stuff. So yeah, this is your finished project. Finishing touches, if you see any pencil lines, erase them. If there's anything hanging out the sides, cut it. So yeah, this is your final project. If you guys have any questions, let us know, but yep.